Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day. I hope your Ultra League is starting to go quite well for you. Now, one of the problems that you'll face in Great League, or well, Go Battle League generally, is that if you switch teams, you backslide a bit on familiarity. That can be a real problem. You don't know what your core matchups are, You know that getting switch locked with a Dragonite versus a load of Ninetales is bad news, but you're never quite sure, can you win a match with an Empoleon or not, things like that. That's the things that team familiarity brings you, and they're how you kind of go on to be just a bit above average with a particular team. But there's a competing problem there of sometimes you just run into bad metas. Sometimes one of the big content creators publishes a new team that happens to devastate your whole team. Sometimes double charmers become popular and your team can't handle it, that kind of thing. So what I usually advocate, and not that I actually do this because I'm too busy mucking around, is having two teams on the go at once. An A team and a B team. Both have different, coverage, different vulnerabilities. So when you start to run into a bad meta, you can just swap between them. Or just whenever you feel like, depends what mood you're in, you play A team or B team, you get familiar with both, you play through both, and actually if you do run into a bad spot in the meta, it doesn't matter, you can just carry on because the other team will still work, If I run into a Charmer heavy meta, this team won't work very well, but my B team doesn't have a problem with it, so that's all good. But what I've got for you today is something that was inspired by Wallower early in the season. In Great League, he pointed out that Mandibuzz and Altaria work very well together as kind of bait and, in an ABB format. Where Mandibuzz draws out, the Charmers, the Ice types, and the Anti-Flyers. And not quite so strong against Steels, but still, does still draw away Steels. Altaria doesn't like any of those and can often sweep at the back if they're not there. Now in the front, Wallower had Empoleon, and it's a good sturdy pick. I like Empoleon, but I wanted to try something a bit different because I've got a shiny Rapidash and I'm just going to use it, why not? The key difference here I think is that obviously Rapidash doesn't have quite as much problem with electrics, which is one of the problems that you have if you've got an Empoleon Mandibuzz lead. Sorry, an Empoleon lead with a Mandibuzz swap. An Ampharos causes you a lot of grief. But Rapidash is a bit squishy. I mean, it's not as sturdy as Talonflame, for example, despite it's got the Incinerate and the Flame Charge there. They're great move pairing, and I really like Dual Run. It works very well to give you some coverage. Again, a Dragonite won't give you a particularly good day, but against Steels, against Electrics, against a lot of things, it does very well. So with that in mind, let's hop into some matches. I will be following up with the B team at some point in the near future. If you want to see that and know about it first, then well, there's a subscribe button for a reason. Okay, so first off, Rapidash leading into Roserade. This is about as good as it gets. Roserade doesn't like fire types at all, and Rapidash, well, is a fire type. Hariyama counter switch, and this is where we can have the Mandibuzz doing good work. I'm never quite sure about Air Slash versus Snarl on Mandibuzz. I started out with Air Slash, and I think in some of the later matches you'll see it's got Snarl on there instead. Obviously it does good, so a bit more damage, and it does super effective to fighting, so we're just going to sit here and let that Hariyama throw close combat at us, because we can take two. That's just how crazy Mandibuzz is. They have taken us down though, but that's okay, because Rapidash can come in, and we can be confident that even though they keep the Roserade away from us, this is even better actually, because the Roserade we can take out with Altaria no problem, and they're maybe they didn't know we had Drill Run. Okay, look at that, took a big chunk out of that electric, so this is a place where Empoleon wouldn't have done quite so well. I want to talk about sort of A team and B team theory. Actually, there is room to modify a team. If you know how broadly how it plays, you can substitute in some alternatives. So I could sort of bring in Typhlosion on this team, or Empoleon, as I said, or maybe I could swap out the Altaria for a Dragonite, something like that. So anyway, we've got Rapidash in the end game against Roserade. We've got no shields left, and we're kind of squishy, so we'll see if we can take away the ball, and the others just about. Fine, good game. If we couldn't, obviously Altaria would have had to come in and do some work rather than lounging around there on a cloud. And Frost takes us out, so we do actually need Altaria, but 2 Dragon Breaths takes it down, no problem. So next up, Rapidash leads into Dragonite. This is obviously a bad lead for us. It resists everything we can throw, and it double resists drill runs. So we throw 1 Incinerate and go for a switch. That 1 Incinerate does make quite a lot more difference than it might seem, simply because you only need 3 to get your charge move. you're now a third of the way there. And more importantly, the 2 more you need is 10 turns. 10 turns is the speed a Swampert gets to a Hydro Cannon, and that's one of the fastest things out there. So you will usually beat anyone else to the punch on a standing start. Obviously, if you've got energy lead, well, all bets are off. So here's a problematic counter switch for us. Sometimes that's the way it goes. We've got a hard lead loss and a good counter switch, but we are doing some damage to this load of muck. So the real question is, what have they got in the back, and can Altaria take it? Right, so Rapidash can come back out again, and we're going to go into the Flame Charge here. I didn't think we'd get to the stack up the energy, so we're not even going to try. Here comes Dragonite. We're not going to shield here because it's not a good matchup for us. And we just about got to the move, but didn't quite get to throw it. So now we've got Altaria versus Dragonite, and Altaria versus whatever they have in the back. This will be a Dragon Claw, super effective, so we have to shield it. But we can take this down with Dragon Breath. Okay, so Venusaur in the back. That's good-ish. I mean, it does have 2 shields to 1, which means that our Sky attacks are not going to be doing a lot of damage. But we do resist the grass moves. And Sludge Bomb hurts, but doesn't hurt that much. So we're going to shield it. I'm not sure if we're about to take another Sludge Bomb. I think we'll be finding out soon. Yeah. One of the really nice cities about Venusaur is, of course, it would be in serious trouble to a flyer, but that Sludge Bomb helps it just claw back a little bit. So, can a half-health Altaria take a Sludge Bomb? Just about, but I'm not sure we'll make it to that Sky attack. Well, we did, but, okay. That was irritating. Was that over tap? I don't know. Anyway, it was close. Close enough that I think that was sort of, within the margin of error for a team that can win. So, Obstacle in lead. We throw 2 because that gives them to their Night Slash. Almost certainly have gone into a Night Slash now, and so we can catch it on our Dark type. And sure enough, there's the Night Slash. Now, either they've got a Cross Drop. Yep. So Cross Drop does neutral, but as you can see, not very much. But still a bit more than a Night Slash would. The fact they're staying in tells me something about what they've got in the back, as in they don't have any counter flyers. I suppose it's possible they've got. Actually, can't think of what they might have that would be a problem for Altaria that wouldn't be a problem for Mandibuzz. Anyway, there we go. I think we're going to win this one, actually. We're trading neutral, and we're just that much more bulky. In comes Talonflame. Oh, this is exciting. Right, we are going to get to the move, but they are farming us down for energy. That's going to hurt. Talonflame, of course, because it's fire damage, is a good matchup for Altaria. We're going to let them throw here. And it was a Brave Bird. Thought it might be a Flame Charge, but Brave Bird's a sensible choice. So this does mean we're going to have to shield the next one. We can't really afford to take a second Brave Bird. Yeah, there we go. But we are going to get to farm all the way down and get that nice big energy pile. And in the back they've got Gallade. Okay, so Gallade doesn't like Altaria very much. It's going to have to shield the Sky attacks. But it does have 2 shields. So, it's not all yet a home run. Right, got their shields down. And bring the Mandibuzz to catch whatever they threw. Excellent. So that's used up some of their energy. We'll get the Incinerate through, and we'll move straight into a Flame Charge. In hindsight, perhaps a Drill One would be better, but we'll see. Okay, so there we go. Flame Charge goes through, second Flame Charge lands, good game, well played. So, second Incinerate. Right, next up, Rapidash into Typhlosion. So, this is where we play the game of, do they know that Rapidash has Drill Run? Because obviously Drill Run is super effective, Flame Charge is not. They've got an extra Incinerate on us now, so they're at a Solar Beam, I think. And they seem to know we have a move that can hurt them. So we go for a switch to Mandibuzz to try and catch whatever it is they throw. I'm guessing it'll probably be the Blast Burn. Yep, there we go. As you can see, one of the big damage moves. Ooh, I'm not sure they wanted to switch that in. Really not sure. Obviously, because we resist the flying, we resist the psychic, and that means they can only really close combat us for neutral damage. So we're not going to shield. Let's see if they go for close combat. They do. We can take it. Yeah, I think that was a bad counter switch, actually, I have to say. So let's see what they've got in the back. Yeah, the Typhlosion does get some more farming in, I suppose, so that's nice. But we've got an Altaria for them, so that's okay. Altaria is of course resistant to fire and grass. So, Altaria time. And we're not going to shield, because we're anticipating a blast burn, which hurts, but not that much, as you can see. Another blast burn, still not going to take us out, so we're going to not shield it. And Venus in the back. Ooh. Now this is where we've got actually a strong position. Both our back row can take it out. So we're going to bring in the Rapidash and just have a bit of a play. Sludge Bomb comes through. We'll throw another Incinerate and another one, just to get the energy stockpile. Because Drill Run's slightly cheaper than Flame Charge, you can actually get them out slightly faster. As you can see, Drill Run's ready now, whereas Flame Charge isn't quite. You need another Incinerate. And so we're just going for another Flame Charge. Yep, there we go. I do like the animation of Flame Charge. That swirly fireballs is just great. And Typhlosion comes in. Not much they can do here. No energy left. Rapidash into Machamp. So we're going to throw an Incinerate and switch, I think. Maybe two. Two Incinerates will get us to a cross chop. So if we're lucky, we can time to catch the cross chop. We can't. This could be a rock slide. So we'll let it land anyway, because Mandibuzz has got so many hit points that it doesn't matter. Ooh, Magnet Zone. Ouch. Well, this is one of the things we want to bait out away from the Altaria, because obviously it resists Dragon, it resists flying. Actually, double resist flying. That would be very inconvenient. So obviously Mandibuzz can't do very much against it, but it does still have the foul plays, so it can do some chip damage. They're going for mirror shots, because obviously they're switch locks, so they don't want to debuff themselves with that wild charge just yet. In fact, they might find that they lose the next match, but they do. Anyway, so is this going to be another mirror shot, maybe? Yes. Again, mirror shot doesn't quite take us out, but we're not going to get to another move, so it doesn't matter. Rapidash gets the Incinerate through, we get the shield off. They throw the wild charge, and it debuffs them just in time for the damage to land, so goodbye. There comes Kingdra. Now, Kingdra's... Actually, we can do okay in this one, because we've got the Drill Run. That does a healthy chunk. It's not devastating, but it's some. And then we bring in the Altaria to try and go for a farm down. We will have to respect the possibility... Oh, wow, interesting choice to bring the Machamp. This will pressure their shields, I guess, and... we have to be cautious here, because obviously the Machamp can rock slide us, and that hurts, but the Kingdra can get potentially an outrage off, and that will also hurt. So we're going to go with it. Yeah. Go for farm all the way down, get a bit of energy lead. I don't think we're enough to beat the Kingdra to a outrage, and this will probably take us out. Yes. So now we get the energy in, and the real question is that Kingdra in Drill Run range? Actually, I think it was, but I over-tapped. Oh well, Octazooka will take us out. Good game, well played. So our next set of sets. Right, you lead. This is a place where we can do quite nicely. Yet again we play the game of, do they know we have Drill Run? Actually, Raichu's pretty squishy, so they're likely to shield no matter what. So I probably should have gone for the Flame Charge. Still, there we go. Now that's at a Thunder Punch probably. It's going to be a Thunder Punch, probably two back to back. I'd have thought. We're going to shield this one too, because now we're outpacing them to the Drill Runs. Because Drill Run costs slightly less energy, we can get 3 for the first one, 2 for the second, 2 for the third. But they switch, so we go into our Mandibuzz. We could go head-to-head Altaria versus Altaria, but actually that's probably not such a good play, because we'll just sort of Queen Exchange. They have the energy lead, so they're probably going to win just slightly. And they have Dazzling Gleam. Okay, well, Dazzling Gleam is an annoying one to be running into, but I guess we'll take it. Mandibuzz is sturdy enough to eat a few, and yeah, we're not getting to the next one, are we? They're going to take us out. That's okay, that's fine. Because now their health is low enough that our Altaria can come in for a farm down, and yeah, there we go. So now we've got the energy lead, we've got decent health, and there's a Raichu in the back. I think we'll not shield this one because we can't, but a Thunder Punch doesn't do that much, as you can see. It's not enough to really threaten us, and in comes a Machamp. Oh dear, that's quite unfortunate. And I was just too slow on the throw there. But it was a cross drop, so that's just as well. If that had been a rock slide, I'd have kicked myself. But yeah, Sky Attack can take that out, and in comes the Raichu. They can't afford not to shield this Sky Attack, which means now we've got space for the Drill Run to land in their face. Go straight to the Drill Run, there we go. Goodbye Raichu, thank you very much. So Rapidash into Venusaur. Great start for us, because obviously everything in our team deals with Venusaurs. Well, to a greater or lesser extent. Here comes the Swampert, even better, because obviously that we get away from our fire type, and Altaria can nibble away at it. Now, knowing my luck, I've got Sludge Wave. Actually, no, it's too quick for a Sludge Wave. Hydro Cannon. If they haven't got a Sludge Wave, well, obviously we double resist the Earthquake, we single resist the Hydro Cannon. We can actually get quite a healthy energy lead here and not have to care about the moves. But Hydro Cannon is quite a beastly move, so can't afford to ignore it entirely and just farm them all the way down to 0, because that would be a bit cheeky. Although we might make it actually, but ooh. Looks like we're finding out. There we go, not quite. CMP tied on that one, so we couldn't save the energy, but perhaps it's just as well. We're just a bit too close to the wire to farm them down with Dragon Breath. In comes Ampharos, and of course we've got the energy lead, so we've got a Dragon Pulse ready, which I don't shield, but doesn't do huge amounts. So, but that's good because it's got the Ampharos away from our Mandibuzz, so that's even better. Mandibuzz versus Venusaur isn't as good as any of the others, but it's still quite solid, so we'll take it. Ampharos. Actually, we might be able to take out the Ampharos with our Rapidash here, so let's see. Get through another Flame Charge whilst they're throwing. Sorry, another Incinerate. Okay, get the moves mixed up. And in comes Venusaur. Go for a Flame Charge here. Flamey. Power us up a bit. And go for the Mandibuzz. Wanted to switch obviously because Mandibuzz doesn't do quite so well against the electric, whereas Venusaur just can't do anything. Even Sludge Bomb will just not stop us. So we're over farming here because we do want some energy in the tank for dealing with the Ampharos. Again, Sludge Bomb comes through, yeah, whatever. Air Release. Air Release is such a terrible move that this probably won't take out Venusaur. 55 damage is just embarrassing. And it's probably fair on a Mandibuzz, but it makes me very sad on Pidgeot. You know, Pidgeot deserves a slightly better, slightly better charge attack. So with our move energy loaded, we've got Foul Play ready, and we can take down Ampharos with that, hopefully. Yes, we can. Goodbye. Right, what we've got next? Rapidash into Empoleon. This isn't quite as good as it looks, because obviously Empoleon hits it for super effective, whilst we hit it for neutral with fire. So we throw that one Incinerate, and we go for the switch. Now we have drawn out the Fairy type like we wanted, that's good, but at the same time we've got an adverse lead and a Fairy. This is not looking too good. Hopefully they're not double Fairy, because that really would be a problem for us. But perhaps we can come in and farm down on the Clefable with the Rapidash. We have already got the shield advantage, which is a good place to be. And yeah. Right, Rapidash gets Incinerating. We'll have to shield here because this has got a good chance of taking us out entirely. But we do resist charm damage, so we can go for a bit of a energy greed. But a bit too much greed there because now we have to shield again. Still, so it goes. Now hopefully they don't realise we have Drill Run and their Empoleon's about to eat one in the face. Seems not. Oh, ouch. Right, so now they have to shield or lose the Empoleon. It's good. They're shielded. That's fine. Now, Altaria versus Empoleon. We've got a lot of health. They've got no health, but they've got a move loaded. But even Drill Peck doesn't do a lot of damage. So, okay. So Muck. Okay. So Alola Muck is a good all-rounder, and I think we can beat it, but I'm not sure we can beat both. Well, let's find out. Probably Dark Pulse. Sludge Wave. I suppose that's a good choice. It does slightly more damage, and if there's no shields, you might as well. And I thought we got to a Sky Attack there, but I don't think that would have helped anyway. Yeah. Well played. Actually, maybe if they'd gone double Dark Pulse, we might have made it. Anyway, there we go. Rapidash into Swampert. This is bad news for us, so we're going to go immediately for a swap after throwing an Incinerate. Again, we can probably... I've started going to throwing 2 Incinerators at Swampert, just because that does mean you CMP tie on the Hydro Cannon and can usually catch it as they throw. Okay, so Umbreon versus Mandibuzz. A slow and tedious slugfest. So what are the downsides of this? Mandibuzz is bulky, Umbreon's bulky, we're throwing moves at each other. They've got the energy lead though. So we've got the energy lead, we've done this bit of chip damage, so it's all good. Last Resort, like Aerial Ace, is a pretty bad move, but its singular advantage is, of course, it hits for neutral against all the things that threaten the dark, so, and super effective against fighting. Well, sorry, Aerial Ace is super effective against fighting. Last Resort is obviously not super effective against anything. So as you can see, it really doesn't do very much damage at all. I mean, I suppose Umbreon is the bulky bulk claw of the meta. Actually, even bulkier than Mandibuzz, I think. And we're still going to get one more in. Hope you haven't fallen asleep there. It's one of the drawbacks of this team, really. You sometimes get those sort of boring matchups. However, with Rapidash in play, we can afford to let one land, I think, because it doesn't hurt very much. I thought it might be a foul play, but never mind. This one definitely is a foul play. I'm also going to let that one land. I was getting a bit cocky, but still, we'll take it. Fortunately, I think we're not going to get to a double charge move here. Talonflame. Actually, Drawn is the better move against Talonflame, because they're both single resisted, and Drawn does a little bit more. But now we've got Altaria to carry us. So actually this isn't as bad as it sounds, because we do resist the moves from both. I think we're in with a chance of winning. It depends on whether they can land that Brave Bird or not. That really is the killer here. So we'll shield it, because their health is now low enough that they can't afford not to throw. And sure enough, it's a Brave Bird. Farm down, excellent. So, Altaria versus Swampert. They've got a shield advantage, we've got an energy lead. And their Shadow, which is also quite a significant factor. Shadow hurts, but of course, if they don't have Sludge Wave, we're in with a solid chance. And most Swamperts are running Earthquake these days in the Ultra Premier, just because of the threat of something like Empoleon. We're going to shield here. Another Hydro Cannon coming through. And we're going to run out the clock. That's unfortunate. Always hate when that happens, but still. I think we've got the health lead, so we are going to take this. I think we'd have won that if the clock had carried on though. I think we can take a couple more Hydro Cannons and they can't take another Sky Attack. Okay, Rapidash lead into Venusaur again. Venusaur's everywhere. This team does very nicely when Venusaur is everywhere. Dragonite, we came to switch Mandibuzz, same as before. Now, unlike the previous matchup, this one we're using Snarl, not Air Slash. So we're getting slightly lower damage dealt, but slightly faster energy. They both add up to 6 with the energy. So actually, no, they don't. Foul play is a bit better than that, isn't it? It's anyway. So we're getting to our foul plays a bit faster, and putting on the pressure for the shields, which is good. That's where we want to be. And we can also take a Dragon Claw. Our health looks a bit low, and Dragon Claw hits are hard, but not that hard. So either they shield here. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking, but obviously that didn't go to plan. We do shield the Dragon Claw on the Rapidash because that will hurt too much, and take out the Dragonite with a couple of Incinerates. And I've got Empoleon. This is where we can go 2 drill runs, I think, before they take us down. Ooh, ouch. And we'll go for Flame Charge now, because obviously they can't afford the shield. We might as well use the cheaper move that gets us a boost. Sorry, slightly more expensive move that does less damage that gets us a boost. Okay, so Empoleon's almost gone, and we're not going to shield because we resist the water, and Drill Pack doesn't hurt too much. Yeah. And the Venusaur in the back, well, we've got a shield against it. This is not good for them, really, is it? Let's not shield. Let's see what Sludge Bomb does. That much. Okay, good. Sky Attack will do the trick, and now, because we haven't shielded, they can't really bait us. Obviously there was a chance they'd go for a Frenzy Plant bait there. It's one of the tricks. So yeah, good game, well played. And that was a 4 out of 5 sets, so that's all good. This team's done me quite well, like I say. I've had some good runs with it. I've had a couple of 5 out of 5s, which is always a treat. And it's just something just a little bit unusual and a little bit off the wall. I hope you're having fun with your Premier Cup or your Ultra League, depending which you're favouring. And thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.